Yes, it is. It's fast.
So Dan's not.
Dan's not.
Good afternoon and welcome to today's meeting of the Fairmont School Board. It is Tuesday, October 8, 2019. Roll call is we have Dan Brookins and Mike Edmond absent. The rest are here, so let's join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have minutes to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the September 24th, 2019 school board meeting.
I'll second them.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Agenda. Entertain a motion.
Any changes?
I move to approve the September 24th, 2019 school board,
No.
I'm sorry, October 8th, 2019 school board meeting agenda as presented.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We have no celebrations, so we go to you, Joe.
Thank you, Dr. Rodriguez. First of all, let me just highlight the enrollment report. We did something different. Mary Cole put together some more information for the board. Our enrollment actually increased from last school board meeting. We are up 6 students, and we had 3 additional students this week in 6th grade. And but anyway, we're up a total for 1,690 students. However, we also on the right-hand side, we're listing the number of students that live in our district that either open and roll out to Grenada, Huntley, East Chain, Martin County West, Truman, online school, or to Southern Plains Special Ed, and the number of students that open and roll in. And we're going to keep that updated throughout the year. It's kind of a nice little trend to see what's going on. And then at the very bottom on the right, it shows the number of students that are attending St. John Vianney, Fairmont Christian, St. Paul Lutheran, St. James Lutheran Elementary in Northrop, and Martin Luther High School, and how many students live in our district that are homeschooled.
So what is the miscellaneous online? Or
Those are-
that's just kind of a catch-all?
It is a
for-
catch-all. It could be people that are doing Blue Sky online. There's a lot of
Oh.
different online schools.
Oh, so it's not just one particular
That is correct.
online program?
Right. And by the way, I did talk to Mrs. Niss just yesterday, and she is putting together a pretty comprehensive proposal in terms of online schools in the future. So she's doing a good research on this. So anyway, bottom line, our enrollment's up, and that's a good trend. This time of year, we're already a month into the school year, and the enrollment's
Well, I
up.
like that the high school numbers have stayed pretty steady for
They
the
have.
3, for this time being. I mean, and then the positive is the increased enrollment of the elementary.
You bet. That's great. Looking at the pink sheet for the calendar, I want to highlight just a couple of things. First of all, the cabinet meeting this week, if any of the board members can make that, it's on Thursday this week because of the Supreme Court coming tomorrow. And so Thursday, October 10th, the cabinet meeting will meet in the district office. Looking down the road here, Thursday, October 17th, Policy Committee will meet at 4:30. And then just a reminder that MEA days are coming up, October 17th and 18th. The next school board meeting, October 22nd, we're going to have an operations committee meeting here in the city council chambers at 4:15. So if you're on the operations committee, you want to come at 4:15. That's when the auditors will come in and give a briefing of the audit report. And then we also have members of Education Minnesota Fairmont, teachers. The negotiating team will be here also. We like to have them come and hear the same audit report that the board does. And then at that school board meeting on October 22, you'll hear the audit report. And Chris and I have already reviewed the 80-page document, and it looks really good. I think the community will be pleased, and the board will be too. And then finally, Wednesday, October 30th is when the school board is scheduled to meet with the high school student council at 7:30 in the morning. And then the other thing I wanted to bring to the board's attention tonight is the announcement, and I do have a packet here on your desk, but we received confirmation yesterday that we are receiving a $50,000 matching grant from the Southwest Service Cooperative for the LIFT grant, and LIFT stands for Launch Your Future Today. And we're obtaining a $50,000 matching grant, and this $100,000 will be used. On the very back page, it will show you the $94,000 that we've identified of additional equipment we need in the automotive shop. And what's really unique about this proposal is that to get this money, you had to put together a proposal in which you had at least 2 schools and 2 businesses working collaboratively together. And we actually ended up with 3 schools and 3 businesses. So it's Truman Public Schools, Truman High School, Grenada Huntley East Chain High School, and Fairmont High School. And we'll be working with Elizabeth Chevrolet out of Truman, Hawkins Chevrolet out of Fairmont, and Fairmont Ford out of Fairmont. And the whole idea is to offer Saturday and summer automotive academy classes. And this new academy is going to be referred to as Martin County Automotive Academy.
Okay,
Nice.
excellent.
Okay, done.
Done, okay. Financial business, we have some donations. Nicole?
Yes, Dan is the one who usually does this, and he does a brilliant job, so hopefully I'll get the wording right. If you look at Appendix A, we're looking at a donation from Fairmont 3M. I therefore move for the resolution accepting donation and grants from Fairmont 3M in the amount of $6,161 value from the National Association for the Exchange of Industrial Resources. Its designated purpose is the Fairmont Elementary School office and classroom supplies.
I'll second that.
Any questions? We'll do a roll call. Chair votes aye. Nicole?
Aye.
Julie?
Aye.
Mari?
Aye.
Okay, motion passed. Thanks, Nicole.
Yep.
And Chris, finances?
I'm going to start with the check register. The first check I'm going to review is check number 63235 to FLR Sanders. That is for refinishing the main gym floor at the elementary. We had an agreement with the Boys Basketball Association to donate $3,000 and an agreement with the Girls Basketball Association to donate $1,000 towards the refinishing. The next check number I'm going to review is check number 63248 to Lab Aids, Inc. That is primarily new science curriculum for the elementary school. Next check I'm going to review is check number 63261 to Nielsen Blacktopping. That is the patchwork that was completed at the high school for $27,520. Next check I'm going to review is check number 63264 to the Orpheum Theater for $2,756. That was for our choir club to attend the Phantom of the Opera.
That'll be fun.
Check number 63273 to SHI International Corporation. Total check amount was $37,827. That was primarily for new Chromebooks and new Chromebook carts. And the last check is check number 63278 to Vex Robotics, Inc. That was purchased, for $11,013.25. That was purchased with our newly assigned dollars for STEM. Past that, I don't know exactly what they're using that for, but something with robotics. That's all I have for checks. Moving to the wire transfer sheet. The first one there, $65,169 federal reimbursements. That's for our final draw for fiscal year 19. Rest of them there are fairly normal, a Commerce Bank payment, some payroll deducts, rather large ideas payment for current year, fiscal year 20. And towards the bottom there, an ACT reimbursement for fiscal year 19. Moving to the budget model, the revenues at the top there are still a little off kilter, if you will. I haven't done a federal draw yet, that's why that one's showing up negative due to receivables. General fund expenditures right below that, right about average compared to the last 3 years. On the back page there, the non-operating funds are again pretty much average. Yeah, that's all I have.
Thank you, Chris.
Okay. If there are no other further questions about the financial reports, I will make a motion to approve the wire transfers for September 6, 2019 to October 3rd, 2019, and payment of the October 8, 2019 bills.
And I'll second it.
Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you, Julie, and we have one more finance.
Oh, this is just, we have to every year do this to make notice of the public for that we will have the, to be in compliance, that we'll do the assurance of compliance report. Am I doing this right? And then,
Julie, I
That's
think you
not-
want to do the tax levy C first.
yeah, that's right, I do
Okay.
want to do that,
Okay.
because assurance of compliance, that is, I'm reading the wrong thing. Anyway, we are, by law, have to hold a tax hearing at the district, for the district, and we normally have it held at the, right here at this facility at the City Hall, and that is to be held on December 10th, and that cannot be held any earlier than 6 p.m. So I will make a motion to approve holding the 2019 payable 2020 tax levy hearing on Tuesday, December 10th at 6 p.m. at City Hall.
And I'll second it.
Any questions?
Is that after a regular board meeting?
Yes.
Any other questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, Julie. No old business, new business, Nicole, or Julie, do you want to do that?
I already did half of it.
Should I take over where you left
You
off?
go ahead.
Okay.
I don't want to take it all the,
The small one. Every year, the district has, or the board has to take action to ensure that the district is in compliance with all of the items listed in the, quote, assurance of compliance report, which is Appendix B. Many of the items that are listed there are also covered in our policy manual, which we review regularly. And in July, the board assigns individuals to assume responsibility for the Human Rights Officer, which is Matt Mahoney, the 504 Coordinator, which is Kim Niss, and the Title IX Coordinator, which is also Matt Mahoney. And there's other positions that also need to be ensured that compliance is met in the areas that are listed. And Superintendent Brown, I believe you've reviewed this list.
Yes.
And believe that our district is in compliance. So with that, I move to approve the 2019-2020 Assurance of Compliance Report.
second it?
Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Personnel, Mari?
Enclosed is the list of the recommended coaches and advisors for this year's fine arts activities, Appendix C. You'll note that several new activities were added to the schedule as part of the teacher's contract settlement. Also, the activities director, Matt Mahoney, is recommending that Corey Haney be hired as the head softball coach to replace Haley Lortz. Corey has experience coaching softball for Fairmont since 2016. He's employed at Avery Waytronics and currently serves as the Cardinal Power Fast Pitch president. I make a motion to approve the employment of the following, the fine arts coaches and advisors for the 2019-2020 school year, and Corey Haney as the head softball coach for the 2019-2020 school year at a salary of step 2B.
Second.
Any questions?
I want to make a comment. Somebody asked me earlier, how many activities do our students have access to? And if you look at that list and count them up, there's 47 that are available this year, and there'll be 48 next year because we'll be doing the Aviation Club next year. And I see Mr. Brooks is out in the audience. And we also have 22 sports. So 47 activities and 22 sports. Pretty
And
phenomenal
18 of which are new.
of the activities, right. Mhm.
That's exciting.
Need a vote.
Or
Yeah.
are they new activities, or are they just something that somebody's been doing and they've just are now getting paid for doing it?
A little bit of both.
Okay,
Because
Yeah.
one example, I'm thinking like mock trial, that was new last year, but that was done on a volunteer basis. And so those positions this year will be compensated.
yeah. And so, I mean, that's good, because, you know, it's nice that they have these, you know, genuine ideas for these groups, for these kids. And, you know, and then we are willing to help
Support 'em, yeah.
support them for those ideas that they're willing to, you know, enjoy for the kids to have, so.
Lots
yeah.
of good opportunities, for sure.
Any other questions, discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's the end of personnel. Do we have any board reports that I'm not showing?
No.
Okay. Any other business?
Was that just a FYI, the Southern Plains and Fairmont health insurance rates? Is that just an FYI?
That was an FYI.
Okay.
Remember when we switched over from Blue Cross Blue Shield to PEEP, that was for 6 months, and we just received our new rates.
Okay.
And the rates are going up a little bit, not by much, but.
5%, I've read.
Right, about 5%, which is a lot less than what we would have received under Blue Cross. In fact, a group of us from the central office met with our consultant today to talk about that. And we met, and Southern Plains was represented with us today, too.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good, thank you.
Okay, so if there's no other business, I would entertain a motion.
We should talk about the Supreme Court coming tomorrow.
Go ahead.
What time is that start at the high school? 9
Student,
o'clock?
everybody has to be there at 8:45 seated, and the actual oral arguments will begin at 9 o'clock, and that will be live streamed. And we do have over 900 students from all the high schools representing Martin County will be there, including 25 Native American students from Redwood Valley. One of the justices requested that we have a delegation from Redwood Valley attend. And so we have students from Martin Luther. We have 15 students from the law class that is being taught at Blue Earth. Otherwise, all the other students are from Martin County, with the exception of the 15 law students. There are students taking law classes at a law class at Blue Earth, and the 25 Native American students coming from Redwood Valley. And then at
So is it open for all of our students as well?
grades 9 through 12.
Okay.
That is correct. And Mike, you probably know, but there were a series of attorneys that came in and spoke to our students about the protocol, because it is a very serious, it is a real hearing. And so it's very important that once students are in, they need to stay in the auditorium. If they do leave during the oral arguments, they have to stay out. We will have televisions, though, out in the commons area. So if there are folks that just want to come to the high school and be out there, they can. And then from 10 o'clock to 11, the justices take their robes off, and they come back and they sit in front of the student body, and they take questions and answers for an hour. And then they will go and they'll take a tour. Throughout the day, they'll take a tour of the vocational wing, believe it or not. They wanted to see that because that's also where the family and consumer science rooms are. And remember, our students from the Pro Start class will be preparing the meal and serving them lunch. And it will be a real treat to watch that. They have chef hats and chef coats, those that are actually cooking and doing the serving, so that will be nice. And then 3 of the justices are going to stay afterwards and visit classrooms. And so it's a real honor to have them here. It's the 50th time they've done that. And our wood shop class and our industrial tech class have actually made wooden placemats for each of the justices with their names engraved and the seal of the great state of Minnesota and their titles. And it's like a bread cutting board type thing. And it's very well done. Combination of Mr. Bodine and Mr. Johnson have worked on that project. And so it's a real honor to have them here tomorrow, and we want to thank the local folks that got them here.
We should make sure that we have a picture or some sort of commemoration that we put on the wall permanently after it's done by the Performing Arts Center entrance.
We'll do that.
I was talking to Principal TG about that. He thought that was a good idea since this is a pretty rare, unique opportunity.
It's probably once in a lifetime, isn't it, Mike?
I think so.
Yep, very good, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Mike.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks, everybody.
We're waiting.
I know, I was.